Monday's Days of Our Lives episode is one of those deceptively quiet chapters that slowly tightens its grip on every corner of Salem. On the surface, it feels like a story about comfort, disappointment, and unanswered questions, but underneath, it is about guilt, responsibility, and the emotional consequences of choices that were made long before Christmas lights went up. Every storyline feeds into the next, creating a sense that Salem itself is holding its breath as truths inch closer to the surface. At the heart of the episode is Marlena Evans, a woman who has spent her life being the calm center of chaos, the one everyone else leans on when things fall apart. Now, for perhaps the first time in a long while, Marlena is the one barely holding herself together. This Christmas season has stripped her raw. John's absence is no longer an abstract loss. It's painfully real in every quiet moment, every empty space where his voice should be. The holidays only magnify that absence, and instead of finding solace in family, Marlena feels like she has become a source of conflict within it. Her worry over Rachel Black consumes her. Knowing that Rachel is spending Christmas at Bayview gnaws at Marlena's conscience, especially because Marlena believes her own decisions helped put Rachel there. The secrecy surrounding Rachel, the choices Marlena made to protect her, and the way those secrets detonated her relationship with Brady weigh heavily on her soul. Marlena isn't just worried about Rachel's physical well-being, she's terrified of the emotional scars being carved into that child, scars she fears may never fully heal. At the same time, she's painfully aware that Brady now sees her not as his steady mother, but as someone who betrayed his trust. This internal struggle leaves Marlena emotionally exhausted, fragile in a way viewers rarely see. She questions herself, her judgment, and even her worth within her own family. It's in this vulnerable state that Paulina Price steps into the story, and what unfolds between them is quietly powerful. Paulina doesn't come in with lectures or solutions. She doesn't tell Marlena what she should have done or how she needs to fix things. Instead, Paulina sees the grief first. She recognizes the loneliness, the regret, and the unbearable weight of trying to hold a family together while falling apart inside. Paulina's compassion becomes a form of rescue. She reminds Marlena that mistakes don't erase decades of love, that grief can cloud even the best intentions, and that being human doesn't make Marlena weak. In a season where judgment seems to be everywhere, Paulina offers grace. It's a reminder that sometimes the most meaningful help isn't dramatic or loud. It's simply sitting with someone and letting them know they're not alone. For Marlena, that kindness is a lifeline. It doesn't fix her problems, but it gives her the strength to face them without collapsing under the guilt. While Marlena finds comfort, Brady Black remains stuck in anger and hurt. He is struggling on multiple levels at once: worry for Rachel, resentment toward Marlena, and the lingering ache of losing his father. Brady's pain has hardened into something sharp, and Belle Black recognizes that if it's not addressed, it could permanently fracture their family. Belle steps into her familiar role as mediator, but this time the stakes feel higher than ever. This isn't just about a disagreement, it's about whether their family can survive this holiday season intact. Belle's guidance to Brady is gentle but firm. She doesn't dismiss his feelings or tell him he's wrong to be upset. Instead, she asks him to look beyond the anger and see the bigger picture. This is Marlena's first Christmas without John, a reality that alone should inspire compassion. Belle reminds Brady that Marlena's actions, however flawed, came from love and fear, not malice. She urges him to consider forgiveness, not because Marlena doesn't deserve consequences, but because holding on to anger will only deepen everyone's pain. Belle's hope is simple but profound: family unity. She wants them to come together, even imperfectly, rather than letting resentment define their future. Whether Brady can meet her halfway remains uncertain. His wounds are still fresh, and forgiveness doesn't come easily when trust has been broken. But Belle plants the seed, and in Salem, seeds have a way of growing into life-changing decisions. As the older generation grapples with grief and forgiveness, the younger characters face their own emotional crossroads. Holly Jonas enters the episode full of anticipation that has quietly been building for weeks. Her planned Christmas break in Paris with Tate represented more than a vacation. It symbolized freedom, romance, and the promise of something beautiful outside the constant drama of Salem. For Holly, Paris was an escape and a dream rolled into one. That dream shatters when Tate delivers the disappointing news. You won't be going anywhere. Reality intrudes in the form of family responsibility. Rachel's situation weighs heavily on him, and he knows that leaving town while she's stuck at Bayview would feel like a betrayal. On top of that, Brady is barely holding it together, and Tate recognizes that his father needs him close right now. These are adult realizations, ones that speak to Tate's growth and sense of duty. Holly tries to be understanding. She tells Tate she gets it, that family comes first. But understanding doesn't erase disappointment. The sadness settles in quietly, and it's clear that this setback hits her deeper than she wants to admit. She's losing something she was counting on, something that felt special and just for them. The emotional imbalance begins here, Tate choosing responsibility, Holly feeling left behind. This moment marks a subtle but significant turning point in their relationship. Holly may not voice it now, but resentment has a way of creeping in when sacrifices feel one-sided. And hanging over all of this is Tate's unresolved academic